Hey, so this is part 2 of the video, so you should just be on the next page of notes. I didn't want the video to run too long, and this page has a little bit of information that we need to spend more time on. So first of all, I have some important information at the top. First of all, we always want it to be written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So some number times x squared plus some number times x plus c. Which is what we're used to. So it looks like this or like this. There's something squared plus something with an x plus a number. There's an equation that we can use to find the axis of symmetry, so that line that's going to go right through the middle of the graph, and it's x equals negative b over 2a. So that's going to actually be not very difficult once we look at an example. The y-intercept is your c, so it's whatever your last term is. Okay, so just some things to remember. We're going to look at a couple examples where they want us to find the vertex, equation of the axis of symmetry, and the y-intercept. It's actually easiest to find the equation of the axis of symmetry first before the vertex, so I'm going to do that first. So axis of symmetry, we're going to use this equation, x equals negative b over 2a. So in this problem, my a is 2 because that's my first term. My b is 4 because that's my middle term, and c is negative 3. So from there I can plug in my numbers. I went negative b was 4, so negative 4, over 2 times a. And a was 2, so I'm going to plug in 2 for a and solve that. So I get negative 4 over 2 times 2 is 4. Negative 4 over 4 is negative 1. So my axis of symmetry is going to be x equals negative 1. Next, I'm going to find my vertex. Now, the reason why it's easiest to find the axis of symmetry first is that I actually use that to find my vertex. So I know that x equals negative 1 according to my axis of symmetry. So from there, I'm just going to take my equation, my 2x squared plus 4x minus 3, and plug in negative 1. So y equals 2 times negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1 minus 3. So y equals 2 times negative 1 squared is 1, plus 4 times negative 1 minus 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. Bring down your minus 3. So we get y equals, 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. So my vertex, since x was negative 1, y was negative 5, it's at negative 1, negative 5. Oops. And then last, we're going to find the y-intercept, which is super duper easy. You just look at your last term, your c, which was negative 3. And that would be the y value, so the x is 0, so 0, negative 3. So to find the y-intercept, just stick a 0 in for your x, your c is going to be your y value. And we found all three things that we needed, so we're done with number 1. For number 2, doing the same thing, so you got axis of symmetry. So again, I'm using x equals negative b over 2a. Here, my a equals a negative 1, b is 6, and c would be 4. So negative b, so negative 6 over 2 times a was negative 1. So negative 6 over 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 6 over negative 2 is 3. So my axis of symmetry is x equals 3. Next, the vertex. So again, with the vertex, we use what we just got, x equals 3, and we plug it into our equation. So we got y equals negative 3 squared plus 6 times 3 plus 4. So 3 squared is 9, so that's a negative 9, because remember you do exponents first, so that negative's going to go out in front. Plus 6 times 3 is 18, plus 4. Negative 9 plus 18 plus 4 is going to give me 13. So I take my x value, which is 3, my y value 13, and that would be my vertex. And then last, the y-intercept. So c was 4, so my y-intercept is 0, 4. Okay. Now we're going to use what we just did to help us graph so that we don't have to make a table of values every time because that can get kind of annoying. So if I look at number 3, I'm going to first find my axis of symmetry. So we're finding all the same things. We're just going to use it to help us graph. Okay, so I'm using x equals negative b over 2a. In this case, my a is negative 3, b is 6, c is negative 5. So we get x equals negative b, so negative 6, over 2 times a, which is negative 3. So negative 6 over negative 6. Oh, shoot. Oh no, it disappeared. Let's see if I can get it back. Okay, cool. Negative 6 over negative 6 is 1. Oops. Okay. So my axis of symmetry is at x equals 1. So at x equals 1, I'm going to make my dotted line. So I know that that's where my symmetry is going to happen. For my vertex, I'm going to plug in x equals 1. So negative 3 times 1 squared plus 6 times 1 minus 5. So negative 3 times 1 plus 6 times 1 is 6 minus 5. So negative 3 plus 6 would be 3. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. So my x was 1, my y was negative 2. So 1, negative 2, make a dot. That's my vertex. And then find my y-intercept. So c was negative 5. So my y-intercept should be at 0, negative 5. So right there. Now, I only have 2 points, but remember, everything is symmetric, so I can assume that on the other side, there's going to be a dot right there. So connect your dots, and there should be a slight curve to it. So that would be my point, or my graph. Okay, number 4, doing the same thing. So first, figure out your A, B, and C. So A is 2, B is 2, C is 2. Fantastic. Okay, axis of symmetry. X equals negative b over 2a. So my b was 2, so negative 2 over 2 times a, so 2. Get negative 2 over 4, which is negative 1/2. So I have my axis of symmetry at x equals negative 1/2, so that's about right here. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just estimate where negative 1/2 would be. My vertex, so plug in negative 1/2 into my equation. So 2 times negative 1/2 squared plus 2 times negative 1/2 plus 2. Negative 1/2 squared, that means negative 1/2 times negative 1/2, which is a positive 1/4. 2 times negative 1/2 is negative 1 because we can cross reduce. You could also do 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 over 2 is negative 1, and then plus 2. 2 times a fourth is 1/2. So 1/2 minus 1 plus 2. That's going to give me 1/2. So my x was negative 1/2. My y was 1/2. So find that point, negative 1/2 and 1/2. So right there. Next, find your y-intercept. So c was 2. So should have the y-intercept at 0, 2. So 0, 2 is right there. So again, because it's symmetric, I can assume my other point would be right here so that everything could be symmetric. Make your lines, make sure there's a slight curve to it. And we're done. If you have any questions, please let me know, but all you have to do is follow along with the notes. We will be reviewing this Thursday and Friday in class.